Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, social media all across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk, and I just left to New Orleans with my beautiful wife, Asha Clayton.
Hi, y'all.
There we go.
Hello.
She'll be part of the show pretty soon with Beauty Vibes from Asha.
Check me out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just,
See, that highlight popping.
Right. I have a very, very harsh voice right now. That's why she's on the show. Yeah. Doing a lot of the talking going on. This is probably the most I will talk at one time. I lied, it's not. But we're gonna talk, and she's gonna do the talking for me. So, anyways, this is our NFL fantasy episode where I talk about who to sit, who to start, who's your wild card, who to put in, who to take out, that kind of stuff. She's gonna help me out along the way. But first, week 2 just ended, and I might say that I'm very bad at picking games right now. I went 10-5 the first week. I went 10-6 this second week. So hopefully we can get better. Right now I'm overall 20-11. We're gonna try and make that better. So before we start that, please, if you haven't, like and subscribe to Uneducated Network. Do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, what are you doing? Do it right now. If you haven't, got a beautiful lady right here. Come on, man, what more can you ask for? Well, you know, hope she knows football and stuff, but we'll find out.
I know about makeup.
Yeah. Makeup and stuff. I'm telling y'all, fellas, if you got girlfriends who like makeup and stuff,
I got you.
Hot Vibes by Asha. Check that out. So it will be coming out once we get everything set it up.
Camera and all that stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's coming soon though.
It's gonna be dope. That being said, we're gonna do my pick'ems for week 3, and I'm done talking for half a second, baby. Let me know. Start with the first game, the Thursday night game. Who is it?
Rams at 49ers.
That right there, that's what we call the doo-doo bowl. That is 2 horrible games. There's a reason why it's on Thursday Night Football. But if I had to pick right now, I'm going with the Rams just because the defense looked pretty good. No, not the Rams. See, that's why I hate talking right now. I'm going with the 49ers because the defense looked good against the Seahawks. So I repeat, it is the 49ers. They're at home Thursday night against not so good Rams team. They look good. Week 2, week 1 they look good, and week 2 they look okay. But I do think that with the 49ers, if they show that same kind of defense, obviously against a lackluster Seahawks team, I think the 49ers get the W. Who you got next, baby?
Ravens at Jaguars in London.
All right. Well, Ravens at the Jaguars, and we say in London because for guys out there, that is not a real home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The reason why they're out there is because they kind of suck with the home attendance. People don't go there.
Don't do them.
Yeah. So commissioner said, well, let's have a game in London. Who should we put out there? Oh, let's put out those sorry ass Jaguars out there. So the Jaguars will have a home game against the Ravens. I got Baltimore. Their defense has been extremely good so far, and you're playing against a very bad offensive Jaguars team. When there's Leonard Fournette, and that's it pretty much. Jaguars are gonna struggle. The Ravens will take care of business in London, I guarantee you. Who we got next?
Broncos at Bills.
Well, that's kind of obvious. I got the Broncos. That defense, they played against the Cowboys, demolished them from start to finish. It was an overall great game from Trevor Siemian and Emmanuel Sanders and C.J. Anderson. Those guys are clicking all cylinders right now. They're looking like very early favorites to be a top team in the AFC. I'm excited for them. The Bills, they just are what we thought they were. They're struggling on offense, and I think that Denver comes into Buffalo, takes care of business. And who we got next, baby?
Steelers at Bears, and you better not say nothing about the Bears. You know, I'm only 30 minutes away from Chicago. So choose wisely.
The Bears would get beat not that badly. But the Steelers are going to go in Chicago and put a butt whipping on the Bears. I'm sorry, baby. I know that you are, Indiana/Chicago bred, but the Bears do not look good so far. They had a close game against Atlanta. But then the game last week, it proved that they're just not. After getting spanked by the Buccaneers, it felt like 100-0. They're not ready to be any kind of type of team. The Steelers will come in, and I think they'll put gangbusters numbers on the Chicago Bears. Steelers win that one.
Bears gonna whoop that ass. The next one is Saints at the Panthers.
Now, everyone knows the Saints is my team. The reason why I'm so hoarse is because I was yelling a lot at those guys in the dome this week against the Patriots. As Patriots putting up freaking Madden-like numbers on the Saints defense. and that's why I lost my voice. So,
Yeah.
but I think this week is a little different. Cam Newton being banged up, not as many weapons for the Carolina Panthers. I actually have the Saints winning this game. How? I don't know, man. I just think that the Panthers are just that bad on offense, which give the Saints a chance to actually stay in the game. I think the Saints do have a lot more options on offense than Carolina does. And Carolina defense is still sort of ho-hum. They showed a great game against the Bills, but the Bills are just an overall bad offense outside of LaShawn McCoy. So,
we have the Buccaneers at Vikings.
The Buccaneers at the Vikings. Well, that was kind of a tough one, but if Bradford is not playing, I definitely have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going in with that dominant victory over the Chicago Bears. They look freaking good, and they're scary, they're young, they're talented, and I think they're on a mission. Hard Knocks, you saw it on their show. They're ready to just whoop everybody's ass. It's like they're whooping everybody's ass this year, and Tampa Bay is on the roll. So I think if Tampa Bay can come out and manhandle the Vikings in Minnesota, they got something cooking. So I'm going with the Buccaneers.
The next one is Browns at Colts, and you can say whatever you want to say about the Colts because you know I don't like Andrew Luck. So.
Right. Well, this is the Doo-Doo Bowl Part 2. This is Browns at the Colts. It's horrible. This is kind of another toss-up game. Two garbage teams playing against each other. It's very tough for me to decide, but I'm going with the Browns because I think outside of their game, they had a bad game performance last week. Deshaun Kaiser caught those migraines, so he says. I just think that he just wasn't ready to play against the Ravens. But Ravens are a good defense we're seeing so far. I have the Browns winning very slightly. The coaches don't have any chemistry going on. You bring a new starter in, and day one he has to come out and play in a tough game against the Cardinals. So I'm going with the Browns because the Colts don't know what they want to be. Neither does the Browns, but the Colts know. I'm not with them. So Browns have that victory.
Next one is Dolphins at the Jets.
Dolphins at the Jets. I got, surprisingly, I had the New York Jets winning this game. I got them winning. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think that the Jets will actually put up a few points. It's so that they can kind of score. They were in the game against the Raiders last week, barely, until the Raiders put a can of whoop ass on them. But I think the Jets come out with a dominant performance this one and actually take care of business at home against the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins victory is sort of a fluke-like because anyone can win against the Chargers in that kind of way because the Chargers just know how to lose. So I'm going with the Jets for that one.
Okay, Texans at Patriots.
All right, that one, Texans at the Patriots. I actually have the Patriots winning that game. I do. It is what it is. Yes, they with our butts. And yes, I don't like
how
them.
you just gonna be like Tom Brady?
It's analyst. I'm an analyst right now. My analyst started saying the Patriots are going to win the game.
Well, I ain't no analyst, and I hope the Texans beat their ass.
Well, I hope they beat their ass too, but it's not about to happen. It's in New England. Patriots are hot. Texans, they can't score. Even with Deshaun Watson, they don't have any weapons around them. Bill Belichick will find a way to shut down DeAndre Hopkins in game, and they're going to basically force Deshaun Watson to make reads that he doesn't want to make. So I have the Patriots winning that game pretty easily.
Falcons at the Lions.
Falcons at the Lions. This is another one that's kind of a toss-up right here for me. Two looking like very good teams, both 2-0. Should be a great game. I'm actually going with the Lions in this one. I think Detroit goes out there and handles business against the Falcons. I just think it's something about Detroit this year. Jim Caldwell not having a contract this year. He doesn't care. He says he's made a whole bunch of money in his life. He's actually playing. He's head coaching for free. That being said, that means the people they're responding to Jim Caldwell, and I like that. So I'm going with the Lions in this one. I think Lions have a special season this year.
Giants at the Eagles.
Giants at the Eagles, another good game going on. Well, we thought this would be a good game. Giants are 0-2. Eagles are they 2-0? Yeah, Eagles are 2-0. So no, our Eagles are 1-1. Excuse me, lost to the Chiefs. So, but Eagles are a much better team than the Giants. The Giants are a disaster right now. Eli Manning is playing like a disaster. The offensive line can't protect. The receivers aren't playing at the par. Brandon Marshall's dropping balls. Odell Beckham Jr. is hurt. So it's like, no. Eagles all the way. Dominant performance from Carson Wentz and gang.
Seahawks at the Titans.
This right here is my upset of the week, whether you like it or not. I have the Tennessee Titans beating the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, they're still my champions in my mind, the Seahawks. that hasn't won the Super Bowl. But right now, they're not playing very good ball. And the worst team you want to play is against the Titans at home. The way they play, they grind it out. And I think somehow, if you thought Carlos Hyde putting all those points and those numbers against the Seahawks was bad, wait till they face DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry, that group right there. So Tennessee, I believe they'll go in there and they'll beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Chiefs at the Chargers.
Another close game is the AFC West division rival, the Chiefs and the Chargers. They always have great games. I'm going with the Chiefs this one. I think the Chargers just don't know how to win, and I don't think they win this one. I think that Alex Smith, he won't have a field day, but I do think they take care of business against the San Diego Chargers.
Okay. Bengals at the Packers. I hope the Packers win.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Greg.
Yeah, sorry, Greg. But yeah, I'm with you on that. The Packers are going to annihilate the Bengals. They had that fresh loss against Atlanta, and they're hungry. They're mad. And the Bengals are coming to the wrong time into Lambeau Field, and everybody gets smacked up. It's going to be kind of funny to see that. I'm predicting like 42-10 kind of game, because the Bengals are atrocious on offense, and Green Bay is just that good at home on offense as well. So we'll see what goes on.
The Raiders at the Redskins.
All right, Raiders at the Redskins. It's a Sunday night football game. It's very hyped up because we haven't seen this type of teams play against each other. It's been a long time since the Raiders and the Redskins played on a prime time game. And those games back in the day used to be very, very good. So now I'm looking for another good one. It's in the Capitol in Washington, D.C. I have the Raiders winning this in a very close game, I believe. I think Kirk Cousins going to put up some great passing numbers. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But I believe that the Raiders will go in there and put their foot on the Redskins' throat. And at the end, fourth quarter, when they come out and kind of dominate.
All right, Monday Night Football, Cowboys at the Cardinals.
That, my friends, for all those who are saying that my other upset, I have the Arizona Cardinals beating the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I think it is time for Arizona to actually have their offensive game click at a right moment. Carson Palmer, 332 yards passing last week, which is pretty freaking good. If you listen to my show last week, I said start him, and if you did start him, you got some good numbers in there. So that being said, you're playing against a Dallas defense that's very wounded right now. Very wounded. I think Arizona being at home, prime time, Monday Night Football, baby, they about to put a butt whooping on the Cowboys. I think they're a high-scoring affair, and I think that they go ahead and take care of business against the Dallas Cowboys.
I do like Dak Prescott, though.
Yeah, he's all right.
He good.
He all right.
He good.
Yeah, he's
I like him.
He's showing his flaws right now. Flaws. That being said, I have a high-scoring affair, but the Arizona Cardinals do win this game. So just to recap, I have the 49ers winning, Ravens, Broncos, Steelers, Saints, Buccaneers, Browns, Jets, Patriots, Lions, Eagles, Titans, Chiefs, Packers, the Raiders, and the Arizona Cardinals on Monday Night Football. That is my recap of NFL Week 3. That's my pick'ems. I'm 20-11 so far. We're trying to make it. I'm trying to go 16-0 this week, so watch out for that. Now, that being said, it is Fantasy Week. Let's go on with our fantasy talk. We're gonna talk quarterbacks first, baby. So, Hollywood.
I just wanted to say,
what's
when
that?
we was in New Orleans,
Right.
all those men were really making me mad because everybody was on fantasy. Everybody. I'm like, bro, like, it's not that serious for you to be on fantasy all the time. Like, why? It's not even that important. Like, why?
It's like your makeup. You know, you on makeup all day.
Baby, but it's a fantasy though. Makeup is real.
Real bougie. That's what makeup is. Makeup real. You know what I'm saying? So as you think about that about us, we think the same thing about you guys. It's just makeup. Well, baby, I like the way you are without makeup. Yeah.
Thank you.
But that being said, we'll talk real fantasy talk. All guys do it. Young men, old men, blind men, handicapped men. All kind of men. It don't matter who you are. If you're a man, you're on fantasy ball these days. It's just how it is. It's the way the world works.
Sad.
So, start with quarterbacks first, and we're going to have our starters. So, who we starting today, baby?
Carson Palmer versus Cowboys, Monday Night Football.
That's right. Carson Palmer is going to have a field day. J.J. Nelson, Larry Fitzgerald, those guys are going to make Carson Palmer look very good. I think the Cowboys will give them a bunch of yards. No matter if they win or lose, Carson Palmer at home is going to have a field day against the Dallas Cowboys. So watch out for that.
Kirk Cousins versus Raiders, Sunday Night Football.
Yes, Kirk Cousins. He's been struggling. The $25 million man has been struggling so far. Yes, I've said it. But I think this is the day, Sunday Night Football, the bright lights against the Raiders. The Raiders don't have a great secondary. So Kirk Cousins is going to have a field day. I think he goes in, and even though they will lose, I think he puts up mega monster numbers. I'm looking at almost 350 yards passing, 2 or 3 touchdowns. Check that out.
Okay. Sorry if I mess up anybody's name. I'm not a football person. So.
Right. This is okay.
Wild card is Marcus Mariota.
Oh, on the money. On the money. Marcus Mariota versus Seahawks. If you want a wild card, if you don't have any great guys at your quarterbacks, and you want just someone to put out there, if Marcus Mariota is available, I think somehow he gets a lot of touchdowns against Seattle. I think he puts up 3 touchdowns on there. Not the yardage wise. He might get about 200 yards passing, but I think he does throw 3 touchdowns. How? I don't know. But I got a feeling that Marcus Mariota is going to find Delaney Walker, and he's going to find Rashawn Matthews somehow, and he's going to roll against Seattle. Seattle's expecting to run, and he's going to put up a couple play action passes on them for touchdowns in the red zone. So wild card is Marcus Mariota. Now, who we got sitting down, baby? This is the guys that be like, just sit down for this week.
Oh. That's really messed up that you're doing Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Well, because right now he's killing me personally in fantasy. Yes, I have Russell Wilson in one of my fantasies, and he's killing me. You're killing me, Russell. You're killing me. Anyways, this is the wrong team to think that Russell Wilson's going to have a comeback game against the Tennessee Titans. Titans, first of all, they're going to stop the run. They just stop the run. That's what they do. Second of all, it's going to force Russell to pass the ball, and it'll be on 3rd and long downs, as usual, it feels like, for the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to get crushed. If you have Russell Wilson, please sit him down. I'm trying to find a way to sit him down right now. Right now, I'm in a couple trades right now. Try to get rid of Russell Wilson. We'll talk about that later on in life, but try to get rid of Russell.
He start doing good, don't put him back in.
I will. That's fantasy. I will definitely put him back. I expect him to do good towards the end of the season. Who else are we sitting down?
Phillip Rivers versus the Chiefs.
Sit Phillip Rivers' ass down. The Chiefs are going to San Diego with that $25,000, 25,000 people StubHub area where there's no home field advantage at all. The Chiefs are going there. They're gonna open up a bunch of interceptions on Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip throws a 3 interception kind of game. The Chiefs are gonna mount all over the Chargers, I believe, in this game. Even though it is AFC West rivalry, sit Phillip Rivers down. If you have him, try and find somebody else, because Phillip Rivers is not going to do well against this Chiefs team who is hungry and ready. So that's recap. Start Carson Palmer. You want to start Kirk Cousins. Start Marcus Mariota if you have to. Sit down Russell Wilson and sit down Phillip Rivers. Now let's go with our running backs, baby.
Christian McCaffrey?
Almost. Christian McCaffrey. We got Christian McCaffrey versus my Saints. We all know that James White came in there, and don't worry about my handwriting. Yes, it's a Y.
So I messed it up because of his handwriting.
Well, hey, that's right. But they always say a man with messed up handwriting is a man of I forgot to say it. But anyways, Christian McCaffrey, we're going to start him versus, if you have him, start him, whether it be a flex or you're starting running backs, I don't know. But he's going to have a field day against the Saints. This will be his coming out party, unfortunately, for my team. It's going to be a coming out party for Christian McCaffrey. Cam Newton's pretty hurt, banged up. They're going to do a lot of check downs, a lot of easy, simple routes to Christian McCaffrey to get him involved early, because James White and those kind of guys against New Orleans, they kill him all the time. So who else are we going to start, baby? You're going to probably mispronounce his name as well.
Oh my God, but I really want to just do this one part. Jay Ajayi. Is that how you say it?
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't. Jay Ajayi against the Jets. He's about to just run all over New York. I have New York winning this game still, but I believe that he's going to have a field day when it comes down to running the ball. I say over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for Jay Ajayi. Be on the lookout for him. If you have him, start him with the Jets, because the Jets just freaking suck on defense right now.
Ty Montgomery.
Yes, Ty Montgomery versus the Bengals. Ty is going to get a lot of touches with Randall Cobb, maybe not playing. Devontae Adams is going to be there. They're going to use Ty Montgomery, who's had a very good year so far. But I think this is the breakout game that he's really going to have. I'm talking a few touchdowns, and I'm talking like 70 yards rushing, 40 yards receiving, 2 or 3 touchdowns. So Ty Montgomery, be on the lookout for him because they're at home, and you know when they're at home, they love to freaking score in Green Bay and Lambeau Field against that Bengals team who's kind of just like, yeah, they're going to eat up. So Ty Montgomery, be on the lookout for him. And as a wild card, who I got, baby?
Isaiah Crowell.
Isaiah Crowell, good job. Yeah. Isaiah Crowell of the Cleveland Browns. Please start him. They're playing against the Colts. Colts freaking suck against the run. Isaiah Crowell is going to have a big game. That's the reason why I think the Browns win this game because of their running against Indianapolis. I look for him to have over 80 yards, a touchdown, maybe 2. Get him in the game, get him running, because he's a great running back, just on a sorry team. But when you play someone sorrier than you, the Colts, well, now you got something cooking, Isaiah Crowell. If you have him, start him. And who we sitting down today, baby?
James Stewart.
Yep, Stewart for the Panthers, sit him down. The Saints are going to just put 8 in that box and try and stop him. That's why if you have Christian McCaffrey, start him over, I would say Jonathan Stewart. I don't know why I said James Stewart, but it's Jonathan Stewart, excuse me. Sit him over Jonathan Stewart. Who is James Stewart? Just some guy I know. Some guy I went to school with, I think. But no, Jonathan Stewart. Sit him over, sit Jonathan Stewart and put Christian McCaffrey in because they're going to load the box up and Jonathan won't have any room to go. Now, who are we sitting down, baby?
Jacuzzi Rogers.
Jaquiz Rogers.
Jaquiz.
Please, if you have him, sit him down against the Vikings defense. I think Tampa Bay is going to run. Yes, he had a great game, 6-7 yards rushing. I think he had a touchdown, and they're expecting a lot from Jaquiz if he can stay healthy. But I believe in this particular game against the Vikings are very good at stopping the run. They will stop Jaquiz Rogers. I think that the way the Bucs win is by Jameis Winston throwing the football. So Jaquiz Rogers, sit him down. He's a hot topic right now, but sit him down against the Vikings team. So to recap, start Christian McCaffrey. You want to start Jay Ajayi. You want to start Ty Montgomery. And you want to start Isaiah Crowell. Sit down Jonathan Stewart, not James Stewart, Jonathan Stewart. And sit down Isaiah Crowell. And then for our wide receivers, baby, who are we going to start?
Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder versus the Raiders. Start him. He's the number 2 receiver, but I think in this particular game, he will be the number 1. He will get about 7 to 8 catches because I think he's going to get targeted at least 13, 14 times in this game. I have a feeling against the Raiders defense that is very suspect on their secondary. Kirk Cousins is going to throw the ball a lot because they're going to be down a lot in this game. I think that Jamison Crowder, if you have him, start him. Put him in your starting lineup because he's going to get big touches against the Raiders for Sunday Night Football. Who else we got?
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker versus the Jets. Devontae Parker had a great game last week, 85 yards receiving. I think he's just getting better. He's just going to get better. The Jets already have a very bad secondary. It's not so much the yardage. I think that he actually gets touchdowns in this game as well. Devontae Parker, I think he gets 1, maybe 2 touchdowns from Jay Cutler. But we had that going on. And who else we got, baby?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. I'm just killing the Bengals right now. I'm just really killing them. But Devontae Adams, just like, get him because they're at home. He's going to have a very, very big game. If you have him on your bench, have him starting this year. With Randall Cobb being out, like I said, Randall Cobb gone, Devontae Adams will get a lot of touches, him and Ty Montgomery. But Devontae Adams is going to get probably 2 touchdowns in this game. He's coming off, I believe, 10 catches, 99 yards. So he's going to get fed a lot. Aaron Rodgers loves throwing that ball, no matter who they play against. Who are we sitting down right now, baby?
Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant versus the Cardinals. He struggled in week 1, struggled in week 2, and he's going to struggle again in week 3. I said sit him last week. I'm saying it again, sit him down. I feel bad for Dez Bryant. When you got to face Josh Norman twice, and you got to face Patrick Peterson, you got to face Janoris Jenkins twice. I was like, oh, this guy doesn't catch a break. So Dez Bryant, sit him down because Patrick Peterson is going to be on him like white girls on Kobe Bryant. You dig? So sit him down. Who else is sitting down, baby?
Okay, so I have a problem with this next one, and I can't believe you sent him down. Odell Beckham, why would you do that?
We're in a hotel room, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we watched him play.
Yes, we did.
And he was looking so ass, right?
No, he was not.
I don't mean his physical looks.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking ass playing football. He's going to struggle this week again. Now, that was against the Lions defense that isn't that all that good. When you go into Philadelphia and play the Eagles, you got a problem. Those guys play crazy defense. They're going to be on Odell Beckham Jr., and he's going to get shut down. If you have him, I'm recommending do not start him. Do not start him. He won't have a bounce-back game, not against the Eagles. Maybe next week, but this week, nah, it's not cool. Not cool. Who else we got sitting down?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins against the Patriots. Here's why. New quarterback, Deshaun Watson. The Patriots will do everything. Bill Belichick does everything to stop your number one player. And to be honest, the only player Deshaun Watson has is DeAndre Hopkins. They will shut him down. They will make Deshaun Watson look somewhere else. And I think that Hopkins, he won't get you anything, to be honest. I think he'll probably give you 2 catches, 16 yards, something like that. I would not play him at all. Patriots will shut him down in this game. So to recap, James Crowder, start him. Devontae Parker, start him. Devontae Adams, start him. You want to sit down Dez Bryant. You want to sit down Odell Beckham Jr. and sit down DeAndre Hopkins because it ain't happening, Captain, not this week. And then for our tight ends, to wrap it all up, who we got starting, baby?
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, there you go. Zach Ertz versus the New York Football Giants. Zach Ertz has been killing the game. So far, no touchdowns, we know that. But receiving yards, back-to-back games, over 90 yards receiving. He's only going to get better. This Philadelphia team is not very wide receiver oriented, so they look to pass the ball to Zach Ertz every single time they can. So Zach Ertz is going to have a field day against the Giants again. So start him because he's just killing the fantasy game right now. Who else we starting, baby?
Benjamin Watson.
Benjamin Watson, the former New Orleans Saints. He finally had a good game last week, 91 yards receiving. But this time he plays the Jacksonville Jaguars defense that is kind of suspect. I think he'll have a touchdown in London, maybe 2. Be on the lookout for Benjamin Watson because he's still a very good caliber tight end. I like the way he plays.
We have Jason Witten.
Jason Witten. I said sit down Dez Bryant, but start Jason Witten again. Jason Witten is quietly just having touchdown after touchdown in every game. He's a touchdown machine right now. He's like fine wine. He gets better as he gets older. So I think that Jason Witten will have another 1 or 2 touchdown games against the Cardinals because they will shut down Dez, but it leaves the middle open for Jason Witten. I think he has a great game this week. Start him if you can, please. And who are we sitting down tight end wise?
Charles Clay.
Charles Clay versus the Denver Broncos. We all know what that Broncos defense is doing right now. It's eating people alive. Charles Clay is the best option for the Bengals. The Broncos will shut him down. I promise you guys that if you have Charles Clay, he's been very hot the last couple of years in fantasy. Sit him down for this week. The Broncos don't play at all with the tight end game. So I don't even think Tyrod Taylor will even have a chance to breathe in this game, let alone find Charles Clay open. And who else are we sitting down?
Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had a decent game last week, but I think the Buccaneers defense, their linebackers are so super fast that they stop all kind of tight end games going on. Kyle Rudolph will be the main focus for the Vikings with Sam Bradford being out. Maybe again for another week, he's going to be focused a lot, but I think Tampa Bay will understand that and stop them. And that defense, man, is humming. Like I said, you think that the Broncos are going to put it on Tyrod Taylor. I can only imagine what the Buccaneers are going to do to Minnesota Vikings and that team. So we're going to start Zach Ertz, start Benjamin Watson. You want to start Jason Witten. You want to sit down Charles Clay and sit down Kyle Rudolph. And that's pretty much been it for our fantasy talk. Please, hey, thank y'all for even watching this. Thank you for my beautiful wife for helping me out. I know I've been talking way more than I should, but that's just me. I literally talk sports. So once I get going, I can't stop. She knows that already. So, but like, subscribe, comment. Check me out on Facebook. My name is Carlos Clayton. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, if that helps. Check me out on Twitter at Carlos Clayton _. I repeat, at Carlos Clayton _. Check me out as well. Check out my wife, Asha Clayton. Like I said, she'll be having a show out. Beauty Vibes by Asha is coming soon. So ladies, fellas who like makeup.
Yes, that's true. You got that. This generation of beauty has inspired a lot of people.
That's right. So that being said, Uneducated never presents Uneducated Sports Talk. And for Asha Clayton, I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. And as always, sports fans, you know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.